What's up, YouTubers, market participants, and day traders? You just stumbled upon my channel where I'm going to review my day trades daily. So if you're new to the game, you're struggling to make money, and you got a small account, you found your boy. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Definitely join the family because AKA Will the Wise, AKA Will the Market, and AKA your boy are here. Let's jump into these trades.
Traders, it's your boy Will of the Market, and in today's episode we're going to be talking about avoid sideways markets, right? So it's 7:26. I took a beating today, and most of the trades I'm going to go over are going to show clear indications that they're in sideways and you shouldn't trade them. Something I'm going to look for next week and make sure that I stay away from those, given the certain challenges that we faced. There was a market sell-off, however, there was good PPI numbers, and I think that caused a little bit of sideways action just to digest the information. And I got caught in the sideways action on a Friday with options expirations, so all stuff going against me, right? I did have a good Tesla trade. NVDA was my worst enemy. I had 7 trades, only hit 2 of them out of 7. Terrible results. That's 29%, giving me a negative 237. So with the first trade, NVDA. So trade number 1 on NVDA. This was a terrible trade, right? So I'm going against the trend, and why I say that is look at the moving averages here. You have the 200. This is the 200 EMA, simple moving average. 200 SMA going down. You have your 20 going down, and you have your 8 going down. Why would I buy a call saying to go up? So that was my first mistake. So I bought a call on this green shoot up right here. And the reason why I did it again is because there's this method of big green or big red, no follow through. Big red, no follow through. Right? So I started to think, oh, we're getting these big reds, no follow through, until it happens again. That I was thinking, hey, go long here, right? So I went long here. This wasn't 20%, it was like 15%. Should have took it, but it wasn't 20%, so I didn't really take it. I shouldn't have even gone this way. I should have definitely been more biased to the downside. Say if I went for this bias to the downside, I would have caught this. If I would have went for this bias to the downside, I would have caught this. If I would have went for this bias to the downside, I would have caught this. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I didn't follow the trend here, right? Going against the trend, going up. So I go up here. We don't get I don't get a chance to do anything. I take a loss here. And that loss was actually pretty big. That loss was 106, which was more than the 20%. So I believe I got stopped. Okay, yeah, I got stopped out here. So the orange is where I actually got out. The blue is where I should have got out, right? And you can see my pink line here is my stop. So I moved the stop and eventually ended up getting out at this bar, taking a much larger hit than I should have. This was me hoping that the trade would come back. So terrible location. We are also in all of yesterday's data. Look at yesterday's data right here. So I should have had no trade while I was all in here. There should have been no trade. So something to work on for next week, that's for sure. But I'm not done with NVDA. I go for it again. This time I enter in the put. This time a little too late though. I enter into a put right here where the yellow is showing. I enter into a put right here at 10:44.56. So at the end of this bar, which was a good entry. The entry was good. However, the next bar literally wicked up, and I was like, it wicked down for a second, and then it wicked up, and I was like, oh no, this was a fault. This was a little fake out bottom. I was thinking that we're gonna hit a low and then go right back up. So I said, I got out right away. Didn't even let my stop trigger. And then guess what? I ended up thinking I could pull off the same thing, because I literally did the same thing, because it went up and then it started going back down. And then when it started going back down, I was like, you know what? This is going down. So I jumped right back in for puts just for it to reverse and go up again. So the lesson of this candle is, the lesson of these last two plays, basically both of these plays happened and I just wasted money right here. You wasted buying power, not money. I wasted buying power, and wasted basically $50 on this last one just by not being patient enough to let this candle close. I need to wait for candles to close, or at least to be in that last 30 seconds of the candle closing, because you can clearly see that this was a fake breakout to the bottom just yet, where a better play to the downside is right here, so definitely got to be a little bit more patient and follow the trend and enter on the 200 EMA, right? So getting my hands slapped on that trade. Next trade we have will be next trade we have here is the SPY, going against the trend today. So I don't know what it was today where I just wanted to be against the trend with so many plays, but this is all sideways. So the SPY is the market, right? And look at all this just sideways. This is the 5 minute too. Literally on the 5 minutes staying within this range, which we're still in the range of yesterday, by the way, the top upper portion of yesterday's range. So why did I play this? I don't know. This was something I should have stayed away from. I did enter here on this candle, and the reason I entered was because this basically over already right here said you can go up, right? This came down and then ended up here. So I was like, okay, bulls are kind of strong here. Bears were taking over here, but then the bulls took over. Then the bears took over here, and I was like, "Oh God, what is going on?" Then the bulls tried to take over. Bears came back. Then the bulls took over, and I said, "All right, you know what? Let me jump one more contract." It's basically in the start of this one. Goes down, comes up. I get my 20%. Honestly, after all this haggling in here, I should have just sold both. I didn't sell both. I sold one. I let the other one come down, hit my break-even point. Fair trade. Stuck to the rules. Tried to let my one contract ride. I was really hoping for a market push to the upside, which we end up getting maybe 2 hours, an hour later. Here would have been a better play to the upside, but I did not play that, right? So there's that one. That was pretty break even. Avoid price in the same range. So here I actually take a put. So I go to the downside. And the reason I wanted to go to the downside was because of this candle. This candle looks strong, ferocious. We're in the top range of here, and I was thinking, and after this candle, we were all the way up here, and then it pushed it all the way back down. I was like, oh man, we might be going lower, right? So I see this big red candle come in here, but we're still in yesterday's range. We're still in yesterday's data. I shouldn't have took that short. And then here we go with that concept I was saying before was big red, no follow through. Big red, no follow through. Big red, no follow through. I should have been long, just ready to go at this point. I've seen it 3 times now. That's enough to say, hey, these big red candles, they're just faking me out, right? So I ended up not seeing that for this candle here, and I said, hey, maybe we are going lower. Wrong. I got demolished. Not even only did I get demolished, when I put my stop here, this is technically where I should have gotten out. If I bought on this bar, then this is the only bar I need to lose, right? Wrong. This is the only bar I want to lose. That is correct. That's the only bar I want to lose. Why am I getting stopped out here when I should have been getting stopped out here? So took a way bigger loss than I was supposed to. So that's two bigger losses that I shouldn't have taken on today, just because I moved my stop because I wanted to be right. Check your ego at the door, guys. Trading is not about that. And also realize and notice after what is this? This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. I mean, first hour, we did nothing. Look at this. For the first hour of the market, we did nothing. I should have been sitting on my hands, to be honest. I shouldn't have traded the SPY. I shouldn't have traded NVDA. Tesla was the only one I should have traded, which is coming up next, because I do kill Tesla. I'm going to start actually also when I have the right things lining up in the right order. I'm going to probably start increasing my position size, which is what I'm going to have to start doing, because this was perfect. This was picture perfect. Tesla was perfect. Tesla was gameplay. You know, Tesla started off green, pushing up, and then it started going red, and as soon as it was under yesterday's data, boom, I hit in for some puts, going to the downside, bought 2 of them at 114. I waited for this, then this candle closes, I'm being patient, then the next candle goes up, doesn't hit my stop. My stop is like somewhere up here, it doesn't trigger my stop. But then it starts reversing and all the green starts going away until it turns into red. Boom, I punch in that add contract that I wanted to add. Then in that same 5 minute, we keep going. I get my 20%. I sell 2. And then I notice in the next candle in 2 minutes, we kind of come down here. And I noticed also that I'm still in the first 15 minutes of the market. So I am starting a new rule that if I have 20% in the first 15 minutes of the market, I have to take it, because that's just gonna be a golden rule, that if I have 20% in the first 15 minutes, you gotta take it, because there's just so much that can happen in the next 15 minutes, just mathematically and time constraints, that, you know, whole 15 minutes are reverted. So did I play this to the downside? Did I catch that? No, I did not. Why? Because I just did not want to follow the trend today. At least in the morning, because of the news. The news was like, oh, you know, inflation numbers came in as expected, but listen to the charts. The charts still have this downward pressure. Because of something that happened a few days ago, because of earnings that came out, and companies are actually showing that, oh, you know, things aren't as good as a lot of people thought they were, and that's what led to the downward pressure as of a few days ago. So the number threw my intuition off. However, I should have just followed the charts, right? Last but not least, this trade I should have waited for the candle to close. I saw a diamond form, and then I saw this nice juicy green candle form, right? So diamond formed, and this all happened in 13 seconds. So I thought it was gonna be this all happened in 13 seconds. I was like, indecision candle here. Boom, it starts shooting up. I'm like, oh, okay, this is a nice reversal, a little peekaboo low. You know, we hit a new low, we're gonna reverse. Wrong. And that same candle shoots up real quick. I get in, then it just reversed in that same candle. Bam, out for my 20% loss on my position. Good loss. Terrible entry. I should have waited 13 seconds of this was an indecision candle. That meant nothing. But when this was so powerful up in green, I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna get that nice 180 red, green, and then a green that equals it to say that, hey, we're going up. Wrong. The candle didn't close, came all the way down, stopped me out. Terrible trade. Didn't do so well trading today. Last but not least, the lesson of the week was to enter and exit towards the end of 5-minute candles. I didn't track it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday as well. Thursday I got it. Thursday I did really good. I'm not counting when color gets removed. When color gets removed, automatic punch in at that point in time. But as of today, I just had other trades that the Tesla one, the first Tesla one was a good. Color was removed, going to day of lows, cracking under yesterday's data, all signs clear to go. The SPY calls that I took, the last call on the Tesla play, those were wrong. Got in way too early. There was no removal of the opposite color. Just sloppy trading. So we're going to move with this lesson in the next week as well, and also trying to be more patient and waiting for setups and trading with the 20 EMA. That is all. I hope you guys had a better day on this Friday. Super sideways, super killer. Not much we could do. Is what it is. I hope you guys all have a great weekend. See you guys in the next episode. Bye.